welcome back to the podcast. Welcome back to Flannel Mouth. I'm your host, Madison.
And I'm Barrett.
And we're here to flap our traps.
Another round of chit-chat.
So our first episode, we had some audio issues on my microphone, but we decided to upload it anyways. I got a new mic, and we're still having audio issues because we can't figure out how to run both of our mics at the same time. So we're using one mic, but the sound is pretty good, and we sound like on the same audio level, whereas before I was sounded like I was podcasting from the other side of the room.
Yeah, we're on the same page now, and I was breathing heavy in the last one, so
breathing heavy. A couple of these, a couple mouth smacks in there.
Yeah. Oh, man.
So we've kind of decided on the structure of the podcast too. We're going to go over like celebrity pop culture, what's in the zeitgeist. We're going to go over sports, TV, film, and then I don't know if we'll do this, but I thought we could end the episode with a Reddit post.
Yeah, we'll try.
I'll read you a Reddit post, and I want to get
you want to get my live reaction to it?
Yeah. Although a lot of your reactions are better with visuals because of the faces you make. You don't really make sounds. It's just like a look.
A look of disgust
on your face when you do this. Look, when you go. I can't even do it when you go. When you do the gasp and the mouth agape is just so visceral.
I love it. Yeah, we'll try it.
Okay.
We gotta get the audio figured out, guys, and then we'll work on getting visuals up. But for right now, we're just kind of going through it.
We can't even figure out the audio. So before we even get to visuals, we need to figure out audio.
Yeah. We'll figure it out though for you guys.
Yeah, I've been wanting to record a podcast since we recorded our first episode. Barrett's been really busy with work, and then I had an exciting, busy week.
To say the least.
I did background work on a project that I'm not going to talk about till it comes out.
But it was fucking wild. We're going to unpack that in the future.
It was the most absurd day of my life.
Guys, if you tune into anything, stay ready for that fucking story because it's unbelievable.
I don't want to say what I did yet.
Fun.
I didn't sign an NDA, but just like it's like bad juju to just talk about it. But when
you can't even make it up.
No, you can't. I can't even make up what happened. It was so ridiculous. But I did background work in a project, and when the trailer drops to the project, because the scene I was in had to do with the plot. When the project comes out and the trailer comes out and everyone knows, then I'm going to talk about it. But Oh my God.
If there's any reason to tune in for future episodes, it's that story.
It's that. Oh, that and that funny. Alone. And then I'm kind of sad. I'm like a little bit solemn. I was really excited. Next week I booked another project to do background work on, and it's a book being turned into a project. And so I listened to the book on audio tape. That's what I was doing all day today. Like if you've heard my phone going off with words, it sounds like a podcast. It was an audiobook.
The fucking broad with the Siri voice?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, God.
I hated the voice they used to do the audiobook, but the story was good, and I'm doing background work in this project, and I was so excited, and I had a fitting this week, and it was one of the most incredible experiences of a fitting. Like, I have just been fantasizing about this job I'm doing next week, and I just got an email like 2 hours ago that because of weather, they've canceled the shoot, which they have to film the scenes, and I just hope that when they do, they like reach back out to everyone that they booked to do this background work, because we've all been fitted into clothing, and it's like they tailored the clothing on my body during the fitting. So there's pieces of clothing in this warehouse where all of the costumes are for this project that's been tailored to my body.
Yeah, so like they have to invite you back.
But I just hope it's not when I have a ton of weddings booked this summer and baby showers, and I'm just praying to God that if they pick up when they decide to reschedule the shooting, that it doesn't interfere with any of my bridal showers, baby showers, weddings. Like,
it'll happen.
I am just super bummed. I was really excited to come on and talk about it, and now, you know, it's just kind of a bummer, but like what's for you will not pass you, and like other things on the horizons. And I guess
I can't get past the fucking audiobook lady.
Oh my God, it was really bad. It sounded like they had AI.
Imagine fucking Siri reading you
a book.
Novel.
Siri reading you a novel.
I'd blow my head off.
Yeah, it was bad. It was pretty bad. Although there were certain...
There's no way I'm tuning into that.
It was painful, and I think I'm going to write a review on it because I listened to it on Audible. I'm going to write a review on Audible and be like, great book.
It's fucking got to be AI.
Awful.
It's cheap.
Awful.
It's
whoever
cheap
you
AI.
Paid to do this AI. Voiceover, I don't think this is their calling.
You can't even fucking make that voice up. It's cheap
No,
AI.
it was AI. No, I'm telling you, agree with me, right? It sounded like Siri was reading me the book.
Ugh.
But the book was enjoyable and I did like it. I just hate it. And it was a female voice, female AI. And it was honestly not it. Book was good. Happy to be done with it. Really sad that production canceled filming next week because of weather. Hope they reschedule on days that I'm available because it was a really just... I'm just really bummed. Like, I have nothing else to say other than, like, I'm bummed.
You know what's fucking wild to me is that, like, I see these, like, business investor, like... Instagrams and social media pages, and it's like, oh, what's a billionaire's day in the life? And it's like they end up reading like fucking 50 books a year, and it's like there's no way you have the time to have your multi-million-dollar, billion-dollar company
and read 50 books.
read 50 books.
Unless
and go to the gym and do all this shit. I'm like, there's no way.
And
I'm like, that's
if
fucking,
you have children or a spouse, like be an active parent and
one's
spouse.
getting neglected. There's no way.
There's no way that you make $1 billion and have a balanced life.
No.
You can never sell me on that idea.
No, you can't.
Ever.
Something's depreciating.
And that's okay. Something in your life, at anyone's life at any point in time, something's depreciating. But
just don't lie to me.
Yeah, just don't lie to me. You can pee on my face, but just don't tell me that it's raining.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God. So it's been a week. It went from like the best week, most exciting week ever to like I'm a little bummed out, but that's okay. Like good things on the horizons, right? We uploaded our first podcast episode, even though my audio was not good. We did all our social media. We made the graphics. We still got to build the website. No, I'm not building a website. We'll do a Patreon and people can subscribe to
I'll handle the website.
Our Patreon.
Don't worry. But there's been a lot of news that's been going on.
Oh my God, so much news.
We got a lot to break down. Let's get started.
Oh my God. All right. So to get started, first up we have celebrity and pop culture. I have for the past like week and a half, week and a half, 2 weeks almost. Yeah. I've been kind of cultivating some things that really stick out to me personally. You'd probably never see a lot of these.
Yeah, this is Maddie's job, by the way. I'm the tech guy.
Barrett's IT and tech, and I guess, well, I'm going to be honest with you, for sports, it's just question mark.
You're fucking so dusty. I can handle sports off the top of my head. Don't worry.
I have a notes app, and I have each section outlined, and they all have things under them, except sports is just a question mark.
Fat question mark.
I knew that you...
Big goose egg.
Yeah, big goose egg. I don't know sports, but
we got the U.S. Open to talk about, but we'll talk about that later.
Okay, so first up, we have celebrity pop culture. A little outdated because of the past week and a half, I've been cultivating these stories, but... Kourtney Kardashian announces that she is pregnant with Travis Barker's baby. This is going to be baby number 4 for Kourtney, and actually baby number 4 for Travis as well.
Okay.
Travis is
44.
Yeah, 4 and 4, which that's that's one of my favorite numbers. 11 and 44 are my 2 favorite numbers. Okay, I love that. Kourtney has 3 children, and Travis has 2 biological children, and then his eldest daughter that he shares with Shanna Moncler, I think her name is Shanna Moncler. Tiana, that is his kind of technically adopted daughter from Shayna's first marriage. So he has 3, she has 3, and this baby's number 4, and it's so exciting. She announced...
Bring the family together. There you go.
Yo, bringing the fam together. Yo, nothing brings a family together like a baby or wrap around. This baby's giving the wrap around to the Kardashian Barker family. Nice. It's really exciting because you don't watch the Kardashians, but I do, and she did go through about 1.5 years, almost 2 years of IVF. They were trying really, really, really hard to have a baby. And then in a very public statement in an interview, she said, like, we've decided to stop. I can't take what it's doing to me physically and mentally. If it's in God's plan, then, you know, it'll happen for us. And I just think it's really beautiful that, you know, they just said, you know, we'll leave it up to God, the universe. If it's for us, it'll happen. And it did happen.
Giving him a chance, yeah. And the way she announced it was cool, I thought, because you told me about that.
So cool.
You told me about that because, like, is it the music video, All the Small Things?
Yep.
Yeah, and, like, there was a woman holding a sign that said, Travis, I'm pregnant, and then she did the same thing. I thought that was... Once you told me the story, I'm like, that's cool. But when I first saw it, I was like, what the fuck is she doing?
Yeah, because when I mean? First saw the Instagram post, I sent it to you and Tyler, and you and Tyler were like, what? That's what it is. And then I was like, no. They both knew, and their families obviously knew she was pregnant.
Right.
When Courtney held up that sign at his concert in LA, that was their public announcement.
Yeah.
And it was a reference to the All the Small Things video, which I think was really cool. But I think if you don't know Blink-182 history, or you weren't reading all the articles like I was, you were like, who announces their pregnancy to their spouse?
That's wild.
Like at a concert with tens of thousands of people. Like that's kind of, you know. Yeah. But then I saw a picture of her and she's like showing very much. And my friend Emma was like, dude, how did she hide this from him? And I'm like, let me investigate. And then I was like, oh, she wasn't hiding it from him. That was a public announcement. They both knew. I just think it was really fun and cool and cute. They're very, very public figures, and it was probably going to be announced, and like that was like a super cool way to do it. I thought. So our next story.
I love that. What's
this next story isn't funny, so I don't know why I'm laughing. It's so bad. It's not funny. No, it's really scary, but. Why are you laughing? Do you know what I'm going to say? You're looking at the thing.
No, I have no.
No, it's not funny, but because I love this person. But BB Rexa got hit in the head.
Oh, with a phone, right?
BB Rexa got hit in the head with a phone from a fan while she was performing on stage. A male who has been arrested. I need to update these stories, but he's been arrested and he nailed her, threw his phone at her, hit her in the head right here, dude. She got stitches. She had to leave the concert. I saw the video. She got bopped in the head so hard, right in her brow bone, dude, that could have taken her fucking eye out. And she bends over on stage and they end the concert, and she went to the hospital and she has some stitches and serious bruising in her eye.
Why the fuck would you throw your phone, dude? That's like a lifeline.
I know, right? And also, they're going to find out who you are if they have your phone. They're just going to go through. What an idiot.
What city? What city was she in?
Oh, let me click on the article because I have a link to all the articles. Oh, NYC. The star singer-songwriter required stitches. Her alleged assailant reportedly said, I was trying to see if I could hit her with the phone at the end of the show because it would be funny. In what world is assaulting someone who you paid a ticket to see funny?
What a fucking turd, dude.
In what world is assault funny? That's awful. It's not like you threw like your panties at her. You threw a phone at her face.
A guy wearing panties. That's funny.
Or like his boxer briefs. I don't know. BB Rexa received stitches. This is, I'm reading from the Rolling Stone article.
Yeah.
BB Rexa received stitches and a young man was taken into police custody after the singer was nailed in the head by a flying cell phone during her set at a New York Piers 17. A preliminary investigation by New York City police determined that the 27-year-old male intentionally threw his cell phone at the 33-year-old star. Rexa receives EMS treatment and was taken to a local hospital. She received stitches, Rolling Stone has learned from a family member. The alleged assailant, Nicholas Malvagna of New Jersey, was taken into custody and was arraigned on Monday evening. So this was over a week. Yeah. This was the 19th. What's today? So this just happened on Monday.
24th. Yeah, what a dipshit. He's a fucking loser. No room for people like that. Hopefully, baby. Hopefully you're fucking doing.
Oh my god,
right.
Dude, look at this photo. Look at her.
Yeah, she
got
chilling.
nailed.
She's chilling.
Yeah, no, she's all good. Thankfully, BB is all good. She's okay. She just has a couple stitches. She does have a black eye. Bebe. Hey, baby. Hey, baby.
South Park.
Wait, I'm such a BB Rexa stan.
Really?
I've seen her perform live 2 or 3 times.
Yeah. Is she your favorite?
I've met her.
Who's your favorite female artist?
Who do you think? Answer that question yourself.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah, duh.
Yeah, duh.
I also am a huge fan.
Go back to the drawing board. Dumbass.
Yeah, back to the drawing board. I'm also a really huge fan of Casey Musgraves, but in terms of like entire catalog of music ever made by a female artist, like I just consume so much Taylor Swift music. I really do love her. But I'm a huge BB fan. I met her at the iHeartRadio. It was either the Jingle Ball. I think it was Jingle Ball. I was with my friend Emma, and we met her. Anthony DeCandia, shout out Ann, my good friend. He worked for iHeart and got us backstage to meet her, and then we got to see her perform. And then this past New Year's, the NHL party I was at.
That's sick.
BB was the performer, and there was only like 100 of us in this, New Year's Eve party. It was like I felt like a billionaire who had a private concert.
Were the guys from Spittin' Chicklets there?
They could have been. I don't know who they are.
Oh my God.
I know that you love them and we talk about them, but I don't know what they look like. They could have been there. They could have been. It was because the Winter Classic was being held in Boston.
Yeah.
So Anthony works for the NHL. They're in Boston. So because it fell over New Year's, that's where the NHL had their New Year's party.
Yeah.
And BB came and performed for us. And those are the videos I was showing you of me. I was going crazy. I love BB. Some of the best songs you've ever heard in pop music were written by her. She just doesn't own the rights to them, but she writes. You know that song Monster by Eminem and Rihanna?
Yeah.
That's her.
You told me about that once.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they still use her voice on the audio sample.
Know who else is underrated?
BB. Who?
Ellie Goulding.
Yeah, but you want some tea? Do you want tea?
Am I ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ed Sheeran wrote a song about how Ellie Goulding cheated on him with Niall Horan from One Direction.
No way.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. What song is it?
That's heavy.
I have to look up the Ed Sheeran song, but it's one that you've heard. It was a popular one on the radio. Fuck. And you didn't need to take him to bed, that's all. I can't say it.
We'll find it for the next
find it. I'm trying to like think of it in my head. I can't. Whatever. It's gonna take too long. But yeah.
Well, shout out BB Rexa. Hopefully
prayers for BB. Hopefully she's doing okay. This is why artists and comedians and people do not want to perform in public because of crazy people like this. This is absolutely horrific. I feel so bad. She must be terrified. And I swear to God, if BB doesn't perform again because of this man, it's on site.
We're coming for his lunch.
We're coming for your lunch. I swear to God, don't ever disrespect BB like that again because I love her.
What do you got next?
Oh my God. Okay, we're gonna go to this one last. Tyga and Avril Lavigne break up. Did you know they were dating?
No. Are you kidding me? They were dating?
I'm so for real with you right now. Tyga and Avril Lavigne were dating for like 3 months. You didn't hear about this?
That's fucking wild.
Yeah.
That's something I would never.
Never.
Not on your bingo card.
Not on your bingo card, dude, for 2023.
That's fucking
Avril
wild.
Lavigne and Tyga break up after 3 months of dating. This is an article I'm reading from E! News. Avril Lavigne and Tyga, who confirmed their romance in March after her breakup with Maud's son, have called it quits after 3 months together. That's sad.
Damn.
Yeah, it says...
Do you know she's second cousins with Ryan Gosling and Justin Bieber?
Wait, I feel like you told me that, and they were tweeting like, "See you at Thanksgiving." Or something.
Avril Lavigne goes, "I'll host Christmas."
Oh yeah,
and I was like, "That's fucking wild."
That's wild.
Wild. They're all Canadian though, so it makes sense.
I did realize. Yeah. I didn't realize.
Not like all Canadians are fucking related, but they're all
but they might as well be.
They all have like blonde hair. They're all like
they're all Canadian looking,
like good looking.
Like, Canadians are. You know what's funny? I have a friend from Canada, and she's beautiful with blonde hair and good looking. Is that a Canadian thing?
No. Oh. That's like a fucking Swedish thing. That's like fucking Viking.
Yeah, she's definitely a Viking.
Yeah, she's got.
I think. Yeah. Their split comes 3 months after Avril, 38, and Tyga, 33, first sparked relationship rumors while packing on the PDA at Paris Fashion Week. The duo's European getaway in March followed a few weeks after Avril's rep confirmed her breakup from fiancé Maud's son. Did you know that she was engaged to Maud's son?
Yeah, I knew that they were dating.
I'm gonna be so real with you. I don't even know who that person is, and I've met this person. Wait,
you
this
meet
is
so many fucking people.
No,
like I don't get to do shit.
I'm
Like,
gonna tell you right now, this story I'm about to tell you sounds like a lie, and if I wasn't there, I'd be like, this person's lying.
Yeah.
But I have 2 other people who can confirm, if not more than that, my whereabouts, and this all happened. So I met Maud's son because I was at Bella Thorne's house for a Christmas party one year. It doesn't even sound real. So Summer, my roommate, you know Summer,
yeah.
She met this guy through this hair salon she worked at, and he asked her out on a date. So me and Brianna had gone out to dinner one night and came back. We'd had a couple drinks, and this is when she subletted your room after you left. So we were still at the Avalon, and she was subletting your room.
Yeah.
And we're like, Summy, what are you doing? What are you doing? She's like, oh, I'm getting ready to go on a date with this guy. He says we're going to a house party at Bella Thorne's house. And me and Brianna are like, oh my God, he's a liar. He is trying to like talk a big game. Like you're probably like, you should go out with him maybe, but like, you're definitely not going to Bella Thorne's house. Like who says that? Like this guy, like, and she's like, yeah, you're right. Do you guys want to come? And we're like, well, and she's like, no. He said I could bring friends. Like, it's not like this solo date. Like, he said, you want to come with me and you can bring your friends. And she's like, I'd kind of like it if you guys came. Like, now I'm nervous.
Yeah, right.
So we're like, yeah, no, for sure. Like, we'll totally go with you. Like, don't even worry. But like, just heads up, everyone. Like, we're not going to Bella Thorne's house. It's going to be some randos. We fucking pull up to the house and it was Bella Thorne's house. She lived in the valley in this like purple house, and we're like, oh, we're not going to see anyone. I saw Tana Mojo. What's that girl? Yeah. We met her that night.
Okay.
And like all these TikTok and not even TikTok because it wasn't a thing. Vine stars and YouTube, like Nash Greer and like all these other randos, and Nikita Dragon and Bella Thorne was there and Maud's son, and they were like filming a music video in the house, and like there were baby kittens, and Summer wanted to steal one, and I was like, no. If this were not Bella Thorne's house, I'd say let's steal a kitten, but like there's definitely security cameras and you will end up on TMZ.
Yeah.
And so we ended up, we went to Bella Thorne's house. It was really nice. She was really nice. All the people there were pretty cool. We kind of hung out with ourselves. This kid wasn't lying, and he really did take us to her house. And so Maud's son was there, and they were filming a music video in the house during the party. It was weird. It was all just very... It was weird.
That sounds like fucking chaos.
It honestly was. I didn't drink the whole night I was there because like the entire island was covered with bottles of liquor and cups, and I was like, you know what? I'm good. I'm just gonna have a glass of water. I don't know what's going on here. We showed up really late. I know all of these people, but I don't know any of them. I know who every single one of you are, but I don't know you. You know what I mean? Brianna ended up actually finding people in the house who she worked with at Warner Brothers. And she was like, oh my God, Hunter, like some PA on set she worked. So we hung out with them, but I was like, this is just very... doesn't feel real.
Yeah.
And it was just one of those random...
That's a crazy
but I didn't know who Maud's son was, but Brianna kind of knew. She was trying to explain him to me. And then ever since...
He's kind of got like a Machine Gun Kelly look. Like he's friends with Machine Gun Kelly. Yeah,
that's the vibe I kind of got. And then every time I see him in articles now, I always think of that night that I was randomly at Bella Thorne's house.
That's cool.
And
that's a cool story. I like that.
It is a fun story.
That's awesome.
It's a pretty fun story.
Good for you.
Yeah.
What's next on the docket?
So Tiger and Avril break up next. Okay, now I'm just... Let's talk about Ocean Gate. This past week...
We gotta unpack.
I have been in a chokehold with this... by Ocean Gate. They've had me by the throat all week because this is... I've never been so obsessed and enthralled in... anything in my life, just following every minute of this story unfolding. Unfortunately, the 5 passengers of the Titan submersible have passed, or at least that's what we are...
They're claimed to be deceased.
They're claimed to be deceased because they found pieces of the submersible on the ocean floor.
Yep.
That's a pretty good indicator that the vessel imploded. Hoping that it was a quick and swift end. I hope that they did not even realize what was going on. I even said, as I was following the story, I was like, first of all, if they had found the submersible in the ocean and it didn't drop its weight and float back up to the top, because that was a safety feature in it.
Right.
It could drop its weight and float to the top. If it didn't, there was no way humanly possible, physically possible for us to save them. We do not have the technology to pull that submersible up from the bottom of the ocean. So what is sad is that even if we found them with 96 hours left of oxygen, we don't have a way to pull them back up. That is awful. So, but best case scenario would have been that they made it to the top, we unbolted them, and everyone lived and they're okay. Sadly, that didn't happen. So the next best case scenario in my head is immediate implosion. Before you even realize the power has gone out, before you can even, your brain can even recognize what's going on, it just implodes, and it's quick and instant, rather than running out of oxygen and slowly suffocating in a black
5 days.
Yeah, in a tiny black little 20-foot long with 4 other people. Like, it's just,
that's so insane.
It's hellacious.
Like,
but who in their right mind would read the paperwork you have to sign and still get into it?
I honestly don't know. I think it's absolutely insane that people would want to go down there when, like, you have machines and all these other, like, things that people use that have viewed the Titanic in the past, that they put down these machines with cameras on them, and even they've imploded. Like, they know the dangers of the depths and that how far they have to go down, and, like, I just think it's wild. I think it's insane. I don't think it was properly researched. No. And I think it's fucking stupid. Like, play stupid games, win stupid fucking prizes. It's like, what the fuck do you think you're doing?
What do you think you're doing?
Like, what satisfaction do you get from going down there and seeing the Titanic when you could literally, you're a billionaire. Just go fucking get all of James Cameron's
his footage.
And then just put it on an IMAX fucking theater, and that's probably just as good.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I don't, like, unless you were going down to try to retrieve, like, treasures or, like,
which they weren't. None of this.
Like, it doesn't make any sense. None of this.
I don't care what anyone says. Nothing about this journey to the bottom of the sea was for scientific purposes. Nothing. They say, I've read multiple articles and it bugs me every time I see it, and my heart absolutely breaks for the families who lost their loved ones, but specifically the mother who just lost her spouse and her child. You cannot tell me that 19-year-old actually knew what he was signing up for. And I know there's an argument. He's a legal adult. He's 18. We send men off to war and women when they're 18 and they can enlist. Okay. Go watch All Quiet on the Western Front and tell me that 18-year-old humans are equipped enough to handle the trauma and tragedy of war, and let alone know what they're signing up for, getting into a metal tube and sinking to the bottom of the ocean.
And to add to that, it's 2 different spheres that we're talking about too. Like, back when even our parents were growing up, they had to grow up at an earlier age than we have to.
Yeah.
We're exposed to a lot more when it comes to technology that, like, we kind of, you know, don't really mature as fast, or, like, don't really have a lot of responsibilities as soon as our parents did or our grandparents did. Like,
I think just
we're
from
exposed
birth,
to so much
it was
knowledge.
It's specifically maybe just the people in our family too. From birth, you are raised that, like, you're probably going to enlist and you're going to go to war. We've also lived in a generation that we had the war in Iraq, but it wasn't World War I. It wasn't World War II. It wasn't Vietnam.
Yeah.
Like, the war held, it was socially very different place in society than Vietnam. Like, the war in Iraq stemmed from the 9/11 attacks. Like, there were no terrorist attacks in mom and dad's time. It was kind of like Vietnam, World War I, World War II. Like, it was just war. And then we went through this giant stretch with nothing.
Yeah.
And I do think it's very different, but I do get annoyed when people are like, oh, we send our 18-year-old sons, you can enlist then. And that's sad and weird. And why are we sending 18-year-old children off to war? I mean, I'm getting off topic. It's besides the point, but I know people are going to argue, like, He's 19 years old. He's a legal adult. He was a freshman or sophomore in college. My God.
Yeah, just ask this question.
Like,
what were you doing when you were a freshman in
When
college?
you were 19.
Yeah, you were
19.
You were puking at the back bar.
Yeah,
Come on.
please.
Come
You
on.
couldn't even make it out of the pregame at 19.
Yeah.
Let alone sign your life away to get into a metal tube to implode at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
And become fish food.
No, fuck that,
Like,
dude.
no.
There's no
Also,
way.
I had read in the article his aunt had come out and she's done some interviews saying he was absolutely terrified and didn't want to get on the vessel and did it because it was Father's Day.
Oh.
That dude broke my absolute heart. And I know that people like, okay, here's the thing. I don't care how many voyages this submersible had been on before this incident. I don't care the amount of wealth the other people have who are getting on the boat or the person who owns the company who is driving the boat. The fact that this submersible was controlled by a Logitech game controller bought off Amazon is enough reason for me to never even look at that machine. Are you for real right now?
Hey, you're gonna go fly a plane with an Xbox controller.
No, literally.
You're gonna go fly a 757 Boeing with a fucking PlayStation controller.
Can you
Fuck
even?
that.
Can you even? Why don't you fly this plane, not with a PlayStation controller, with an Apple TV remote? That's basically what they were doing.
Yeah, it's crusty.
It is... I told it to you in the car the other day. You could take Musk, Zuckerberg, and Bezos's wealth, combine it, multiply it by 10, and it's still not enough money to pay me to get on the vessel just to float on top of the water.
Yeah.
I
Oh my
wouldn't...
God.
It's just, like you said, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. It is an absolute tragedy. It is so horrific. And sadly, it's cost a lot of taxpayers their money. It's just tragic. It's tragic all around because people do dumb shit. Someone said to me, well, what if... someone jumped out of a plane or went bungee jumping and died. I'm like, that's awful. That's also not comparable. If you jump out of a plane and die, we're not getting world coast guards involved. We're not getting the Navy from several different nations involved to track you down. It's a tragedy on every corner. And I have been so engrossed in all of the content coming out surrounding it. TikTok, Instagram, articles, People, E-News, CNN, just all of it. It's just truly one of the worst things I've heard in a very long time. And it's very sad. And I'm praying for all those families, specifically the woman who's lost her child. That's quite unimaginable.
Yeah, we're hoping that she's okay, and we're hoping that all the families and everything are all right, too. Like, that's... As much as we're ranting about it, like, it is very sad.
There's real families who have lost extremely...
Even though it was very dumb that, whatever happened and who's ever driving the boat and whoever even fucking created this thing, like, we, our hearts go out to the people that lost loved ones, and we hope that everything's going to be all right with them. But at the same time, they're billionaires, so I'm sure that everyone will be okay.
I'm sure that financially they have the means to mourn the loss, but it doesn't make the loss any easier.
You can't bring someone back.
You can't. No amount of money can bring a human soul back. And these are really, from the articles I've read, really wonderful people and happy people with families who miss them. And I hope that,
All right, what do we got next?
Oh my God.
We need some lighthearted stories
Speaking of
right now.
Musk and Zuckerberg, they've agreed to a cage match in Vegas.
I love it. I absolutely fucking love it. Do you have the date? Do you have the date of that?
No, let me read you the article. So I caught this article.
I hope I can bet on it. I want to fucking bet on this so bad.
I know who you're going to bet on. Zuck.
Yeah, I bet on Zuckerberg every day.
Let's call him the Zuck truck.
Yeah. Mark Zuckerberg, dude. The guy is an absolute beast. He's a BJJ champion.
Dude, I heard someone say that he looked like a Victorian child and tell me. When you look at this photo, he's not a Victorian child. I'm convinced Zuckerberg's an alien, but that's a different conversation. So the People magazine article, Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg seemingly agree to hold cage match in Vegas. Send me location, end quotes. If this is for real, I will do it, Musk said of the potential fight between himself and the Meta co-founder and CEO. Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg may soon be facing off in a cage match, ? The two tech titans have been going back and forth on social media after they seemingly agreed to fight each other in Las
This is insane. This is more billionaires doing fucking dumb shit.
At least no one's gonna implode at the bottom of the ocean. I can get behind this one. This I can get behind. This is fucking funny.
There'll be no casualties in this one.
The exchange began earlier this week when a Twitter user posted about Meta's upcoming product that is rumored to compete with Twitter. Musk, who owns Twitter, responded to the tweet. I'm sure Earth can't wait to be exclusively under Zuck's thumb with no other options. At least it will be sane, in quotes. Was worried there for a moment. I don't know what that means.
I don't know. They're fucking crazy.
He's so, like, for sometimes for people being the smartest people, they're like, don't know how to talk.
Yeah.
They're like too smart to talk. Another Twitter user warned Musk, 51, better be careful, Elon Musk. I heard he does jujitsu now. That's what you were saying.
He does, dude. He won a fucking tournament. I mean, I didn't research the tournament. I don't know who's acting in it.
You heard through the grapevine that he won a tournament.
But like, dude, you take a fucking person that's like highly motivated, highly dedicated, like is obsessed. Like Mark Zuckerberg is one of those people that gets obsessed with things.
Wait, this is hysterical.
Dude, he fucking won a BJJ tournament.
Zuck's response, it says, Musk quickly replied, I'm up for a cage match if he is, LOL. Just like a casual little LOL at the end. Just a few hours later, Zuckerberg, 39, posted a screenshot of the Twitter exchange in his Instagram story with the words, send me location, written in big letters.
Dude,
He said, drop a pin and I'll show up.
I love it, dude. Badass.
The Vegas Octagon, Musk tweeted late Wednesday evening, referring to the most popular location for Ultimate Fighting Championship matches.
You got to get Dana White behind it. Dana White will sell the shit out of that.
Oh my God, and we need Joe Rogan to narrate it.
Oh, obviously. To commentate? Yeah, he'll fucking be all over that.
It's unclear how serious the two billionaires are about the cage fight, but as a Meta spokesperson says in a statement to People, the story speaks for itself. Dude, they're going to cage fight. I almost never work out except for picking up my kids and throwing them in the air. The SpaceX CEO wrote about his current workout routine.
Yeah, the guy's going to get mauled.
Yeah, he is going to get murked.
Yeah.
Do you think they would ever battle royale in a cage match and like put up their companies as like whoever wins gets the other one's company?
No.
That would be like the Hunger Games.
That would be so fucking wild. Everyone on the planet would tune in for that.
Yeah.
Everyone. And it would never end well.
That should be a movie.
Both of them are fucking wild.
Yeah. No, they're both pretty unhinged in very different ways.
I love it. I love the fact that it might happen.
In response to a Twitter user sharing a news story about the alleged match, Musk tweeted, this would be hilarious. Okay, so Musk thinks it's a funny LOL Kiki, and I feel like Zuckerberg is not taking this as a joke. And he's
Musk is kind of a fucking troll, though. Like
he low-key is a troll.
He's kind of Trumpy.
He bought the biggest trolling social media platform in the world.
And he just fucking trolls people. Trolls politicians all the time.
Dude,
and it's
people
hysterical.
Get dragged on Twitter. I don't know, that's why I don't have a Twitter.
Know who hates Musk?
Who?
Tyler.
Oh, really? Why?
I'm not even going to get into it, but he does not like Elon Musk.
I mean, I'm not like his biggest fan either. Like, I have my issues.
I was a fan of Elon Musk when he was fucking promoting like Dogecoin and like GameStop and shit because I had option contracts for that. So I was making money off of it. But like, other than that, I don't give a fuck.
I mean, he is sending random objects up into space all the time, and the carbon footprint it creates for every object he just like sends into space is like the equivalent of like over 800 people's lifetime carbon footprint. So like he's not doing the planet any favors by his bullshit, but whatever, like go off, King. Like sure.
You got the money, do what the fuck you want.
Sure, just like destroy the ozone layer and like I can't have hairspray, but like you can send objects into space. That's fine.
I can't use oil during Yellow Jacket winter, but send another rocket into space.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah, so, I mean, he's not my favorite person, but, like, whatever. I call it not giving it the energy. So that's hilarious.
Yeah.
I really hope they cage fight, because that's a fight I'd actually watch.
Yeah.
That's so unhinged.
I got money on Zuck for that one.
I'm going to put my money on Zuck because you have your money on Zuck.
Yeah. That's where the smart money is, I think.
Yeah, and so far those were all of the stories I had kind of cultivated in pop culture news.
So sports, real quick, shout out to Wyndham Clark for winning the U.S. Open at LA Country Club.
Who's that? Where's he from?
He's from Colorado. He won by -10 or 10 under, I should say. So with the U.S. Open, it's run by the USGA, and the U.S. Open, every single year, they always try to make the course really, really difficult.
Like they make it harder than
like they try to make it, like they make the greens really fast, they make the rough really thick. Like they really put the pressure on. And this year, Wyndham Clark won it. He's 29 years old.
Oh my god, that's incredible.
It was a really good story too, because he lost his mother when he was 19 to, I want to say, breast cancer. And it was kind of like a heartfelt story when they were like commentating on Sunday. And it was just like really good. It was really good to see like someone who's never won that big of a tournament before and do it for the first time.
Yeah.
Although golf is one of those things where it's like in every other sport, you're always like kind of rooting for the underdog.
Yeah.
If it's not your team.
Yeah.
But with golf, you're always like, I want to see Rory McIlroy win. I want to see Justin Thomas win. I want to see Jordan Spieth win.
Okay.
But then as the week goes on, as the days goes on in these tournaments, you kind of see these no-names start popping up and like climbing the leaderboard, and you get like a little bit of like excited.
Yeah, and you're like, who are they? What are you doing here? Like
I
Googling them, and
I didn't like I know of Wyndham Clark, but I didn't want him to win necessarily. Like I wanted Ricky Fowler to win.
Okay, who's that?
Ricky Fowler is like a staple for golf.
How old is Ricky?
Ricky is, I want to say he's like 34, 33, 34. And he fell off the map for like 3 years. Like fucking fell off the PGA a little bit. Like, you know, had to change his swing, changed his putter. Like when Ricky first broke out on tour from college, he's arguably the one that brought style to golf.
Oh, like fashion?
Like flat brim hat, like the colorful clothes you see. Like he kind of brought that to the tour. He looked like a skater kid playing golf.
Oh.
And he did really well. And he just fell off like the last 3 years, but then he's he's recently come back on.
Yeah.
And he was leading the tournament for 3 days in a row.
Oh my god, how many days is the tournament?
4. It's a 4-day tournament. God. So like he was in the final group on Sunday, and he was with Wyndham Clark. And he ended up just like kind of losing it and like struggling here and there, but he still played, you know, really well and finished in the top 5. But it was good to see, you know, once the tournament is over and you have your guys that you root for during it, once you see that champion and once you know, it's over, you kind of look back on it and be like, wow, like...
What an incredible journey.
Yeah, what a great weekend of golf. Like, he fucking beat out all these guys that are absolute studs.
Now, when you win the U.S. Open, I'm sure there's money. If you don't come in first place, do you still get paid? Is it like 1 through 5, 1 through 3? Like,
yeah, so
first, second through 5? Like, did like the other people you liked who didn't come in first, did they make money?
Oh, yeah, they still get paid.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
The way it works in golf is, you know, you show up on Tuesday, whatever, from the tournament before. Wednesday, there's usually a pro-am. So you play like with celebrities and you play with like other people.
Okay, so it's like a PR moment.
Yeah, like a PR day.
Okay.
Thursday is when you start the tournament, and like caddies will walk the course and stuff on Wednesday and kind of get the greens and like see where to hit it and stuff like that. There's a lot that goes into it.
Okay, so it's like prep day?
Yeah. So Thursday is when the tournament starts. Thursday, Friday, everyone plays, and I want to say there's like 150 golfers, right? So you have 150 golfers. They're all playing on Thursday, Friday. Cut that in half, and the top half play on Saturday and Sunday.
Okay.
You play on Saturday and Sunday. It's called making the cut. If you make the cut, you're guaranteed money.
Oh, nice.
If you don't make the cut, you don't make any money. It's tough. A PGA Tour is like
It's a big L.
You eat what you kill, essentially. Like you have to earn it.
Okay.
So like other sports like basketball,
or football, like you don't have to make it to the Super Bowl to get a fat check.
Basketball just had the NBA draft.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, like the top, top 5 guys, guaranteed fucking more than $50 million just by signing their name. They could walk out of that place after signing the contract, break their ankle, never play again, but they're guaranteed $50 million.
Really?
Yeah.
That's wild. You could
guaranteed contracts.
You could
same thing with baseball.
You could sign a contract as a basketball or baseball player, snap your ankle, never play the sport again, and collect the check from just signing your name on the paper that day you got drafted or whatever.
It's guaranteed money.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've heard.
It's fucking insane. But like PGA is different. You got to eat what you kill, so you have to earn your spot.
I feel like football is like that too, or maybe that's just the New England Patriots, the way Belichick signs.
Football is not guaranteed money. Football has a lot of incentive contracts, and you make money obviously, but you have to play a certain number. Like you get game checks.
Yeah.
And same thing with the NHL. So with hockey, you get game checks.
As a sports aficionado, like what structure do you prefer? Do you think athletes should get full lump sum immediately from signing their name, even if they get an injury and can never play again? They just like get the money from the signature. Do you think it should be like football, where it's like you're gonna get this money if you do A, B, C, X, Y, Z? Like you can't just take a check and then dick off.
I think
you gotta show up and perform.
I think it's half and half. I think like when Joe Burrow was drafted, he was drafted number 1 overall in the NFL to the Bengals, and he, on draft day he signed his name and he ended up making like $24 million. Okay, that's fine. That's your signing bonus.
Okay,
but then in order for him to make X amount of money over the years, he has to perform to a certain level.
Yeah.
That's and there's bonuses involved. Like you make the playoffs as a bonus. Like
I think that's just how the workforce is for non-public figure work type employment, Yeah. I'm going to give you this amount of money, but if you don't show up to your job for 6 months, you're not getting your salary. Like what?
Right. Like I think it's a little bit different too. Like, so with baseball, it's the same as the NBA, and baseball is like a world sport. So you have people from all over the world getting drafted to these teams. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. Baseball is a world sport.
And it's, it's like hockey's a world sport too, but it's only really played in like, cold weather
environments like that are very cold.
Where like baseball is played in like warm weather and cold weather climates. Yeah. Like people in Canada, people in Japan, the Caribbeans and like the Spanish countries down, in South America,
North America, everywhere. Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah, Asia.
Basketball, same thing. Like basketball's played everywhere because it's played indoors, and basketball only has like 15-man rosters, so they can spend the money.
Wait, so like the Boston Celtics, how many players are on that team? Because with football,
there's like no more than 20 guys on that team.
And how many get to go on the court?
Dressed.
11? No, that's too many.
Like on the court playing at once.
Yeah.
There's 5 guys that play on each team.
Okay, 11's a little too big.
But there's like 15 guys that dress. And you may have some reserve guys that don't dress.
Okay, so those are tight teams compared to like a football team, which has like 40-something players?
They dress 46.
And how many are on the team?
53 total.
It's huge compared to...
Massive, yeah.
Yeah, so I guess when you have a smaller number of players and the same amount of money, there's more money to go around to the players. This is so wild.
And NHL is not as popular as those other sports, and they dress 20 guys.
And how many players are on NHL teams?
Like 20 guys, but they have farm systems.
What's that mean?
Farm systems are like AAA teams that... So we have the Providence Bruins.
Yeah, okay. I know.
So they'll call,
that makes sense.
if someone gets injured, they
call them up. Yeah, a lot of the guys from my grade at Quinnipiac played on, it's called minor leagues, right?
Yeah.
And the majors.
AHL.
Yeah, AHL. And they pull up to the NHL from AHL. But some people can have a very great, lengthy, incredible career just in like the AHL.
Yeah, too. So Connor Clifton...
Yeah, he's on the Bruins though.
Yeah, I don't know if he's still there, but he's in the NHL. He's good.
Is he not on the Bruins? Did they trade him?
I think he's still
I was friends with Tim. Tim was in my grade. Tim was great. He's a silly guy. Good kid. His brother Connor was younger than us, but Tim was in my grade.
Yeah.
He played hockey too, I think.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's my spiel.
On sports.
On sports, yeah.
Sports. All right, well, I'm happy that guy won. Is he single? Yes.
I think he has a girlfriend or a wife. I know,
God bless.
You're missing
Wish it were me.
Missing your opportunity.
Who's that baseball player dad was like, you should date this guy? And I'm like, what?
Yeah, fucking Mike Trout.
Yeah, what?
Mike Trout, only one of the best baseball players in the world.
Of all time.
Yeah. Oh, you should date him. Yeah, Dad.
Yeah, let me just DM him on Instagram. I'm sure.
Adding to Rocky's legend. Oh, yeah. Just walk into Paramount and hand over your fucking resume.
Yeah, just go up to the front door and get removed by security. Yeah. What?
I'll be taken out by a sniper at the fucking WB Tower. Are you kidding me? It's unreal.
Oh my God. All right, so we've done our celebrity, we've done sports, TV and film. I kind of separated them into two, but I just wrote like what me been watching.
Yeah, what have you been watching? Anything good to recommend?
Well, we both did these two documentaries. We did Shiny Happy People on Amazon.
So fucking twisted.
How ridiculous. Mouth agape the whole time I was watching it. Couldn't even. I just was speechless.
I'm going to lead off with this one because I have a lot of thoughts about this.
All right, let it rip. What are you going to say? Say what you need to say.
So, like, a background about me and Madison, like, we and Mackenzie, we grew up in, I would like to say, like, a pretty religious home when it comes to, going to church and, celebrating,
Catholic holidays.
And doing it in a religious way. Like,
we went to Catholic school.
Went to Catholic high school. I was an altar boy.
And Mackenzie did Catholic high school. I was in Catholic school since 4th grade.
Yep.
And you and I were altar servers, and Mackenzie did some choir.
She was a lector.
She was a lector. That's what she was. She was a lector, yeah.
And a lectern is when you, like, read passages during church. So, like, I feel like, coming from that background, but then seeing this documentary, it's like two different worlds. Mm-hmm. It's absolutely insane that people think like that and carry their lives like that.
Yeah.
And the Bible Belt is so fucking twisted to me.
Yeah.
That's not how I think Catholicism or God or any type of religion should be. That's so wild to me, and they make it like their life purpose to, it's just like they try to control. They try to control with religion.
Every aspect of everyone's life.
They fucking brainwash their kids, and it's like to give the male complete domination and control over anyone in his household. Like the women, the kids, everyone, they can't do anything. And like these women that were like, kind of putting on this act of being like,
being really soft spoken and like,
let's play the blanket game.
No,
like,
that was a scene from a horror film. Seriously.
The blanket game is so dark.
Blanket time, as they called it.
Yeah, the blanket game. Blanket time is so dark. So this woman
It's Michelle Duggar, if anyone is familiar with 18 or 19 Kids and Counting, the TLC show. It's a documentary on the Duggar family and like kind of pulls back the curtain on the reality of why they are the way they are.
Just the
fundamentalist aspect of faith they participate in, which I'm going to say is fundamentalism, which is very dangerous in every form of human religion on this planet. Like a fundamentalist style way of thinking and living can just be very dangerous. And that's what this family does. And so the woman Barrett's talking about is Michelle Duggar, and she does write about it in her book, and it was on the show. And she talks about
and the blanket time. She would take like these like toddlers and infants. Like think about 4 years old and younger.
3 years old,
3 years old, 4 years old, 3 years old and younger. And she would be like, okay, like in a nice sweet voice, she would like pick out your favorite toy, and then they would pick out the toy and she would place it off of the blanket, like just off the blanket in reaching distance. So like you're tempting a toddler to go get their favorite toy. And if they did, she would fucking whip them with like a switch.
Beat them.
And beat them.
And hit them.
And like these women, these other women that would pop up on the show would be like, and I just had to beat him
all day
long.
Not funny. It's
but
not
the way
funny
they
at all.
said it,
But it's so unhinged that you can't even believe what we're saying is actually real.
It's wild.
Wait, let me impersonate the voice of what she sounds like. So this is what she'd do. She'd go, okay. She'd go, okay, we're gonna do blanket time. Now everyone grab your favorite toy. Grab your favorite toy and bring it over to the blanket. And look at me. Sit still and look at me. I want to see those big smiles. Look at me. Don't move. Don't wiggle. Don't fit. Like, it was a scene out of that movie.
That just scared the shit out of me.
You're terrified. Yeah, I know. I can see the goosebumps. It was so scary. And the way they would smile, and if the child reached for the toy, they would beat them, and they believed it was
this woman beat her 14-month-old all day long, she said.
All
14 months old, playing that fucking game and beat the shit out of him all day long.
And do you know what
she hurt her hand.
Yeah. Do you know what they would call it? They'd call it encouragement. Do you need a little encouragement?
And know what's scary, though?
That's scary.
The scary part is the fact that people that are raised in the Bible Belt bullshit fucking
fundamentalist cultures,
they're going into like high political positions.
Yeah,
which is that was the part that kind of scared me.
That's
the fucked up part, because those people are so easily manipulated that they're gonna just pawn off all their bullshit on the rest of society if they get any piece of power. Like, that is the scariest part, and that's why that show, like, I couldn't stop watching. I was like, oh, I'll just watch an episode.
I know you didn't want to watch it. You were kind of like, whatever. Like, I guess I'll watch one. Barrett was holding the clicker. Next episode. We stayed up until after midnight.
It just fucking,
watching that documentary.
It was just like too unbelievable. Like, I couldn't even fucking believe that people live and like think this way.
And I think it's really important for everyone to we're giving you a snippet of one part of one episode, just what we're talking about, but you need to watch the entire documentary to understand. And you almost can't even blame the children who were raised in this, because I view it as being raised in a cult. You don't know any better. You are homeschooled. You have no education, because the education they're teaching you isn't from like the U.S.
You're just getting brainwashed.
Homeschooled program. It's from like this one guy who ran this church and made these booklets and taught them about God, and they were to believe that like dinosaurs aren't real, and God, like, it's just so it's not even what the Catholic faith teaches.
And that fucking guy who was running the program,
what was that guy's name?
Who knows? But he was recruiting.
He was
like,
a pedophile.
Oh yeah, he was trying to fuck fucking 15-year-olds in his program.
He was sexually abusing people, and not only that, but that behavior was perpetuated. Josh Duggar, the eldest brother, is in jail right now, serving a sentence for sexually assaulting his sisters.
Ugh.
Like it. Oh, it is just and. For these girls to be forced by their parents to go on news channels to give interviews to say that they forgive him and it's okay and it's not that big of a deal. It is just...
It's a massive deal.
It's the actual biggest deal, and it's just so wild. I really encourage everyone, it's 4 episodes. I think they're 1 hour each. Yeah. It's really easy time-wise to get through.
You'll get locked in. If you have anything that, like, you know, if you like politics, if you like, you know, interested about like religion and these cults,
like, if you have an interest in
any of that stuff, like, you have to see
cult fanaticism, anything like that. It was truly moving. So yeah, I definitely recommend that. The other documentary we watched, which we didn't finish, we have 1 episode. We have 45 minutes left of the last episode.
We're watching
The Curious Case of Natalia Grace on Amazon Prime.
Oh, I fucking forgot about that. No, that was so wild. Dude, this show is so fucking insane.
What a roller coaster.
And like, I don't know if like the director or the people that produced this wanted it to go this way, but the way I felt after watching the first like 2 episodes, I'm like, oh, that bitch Natalie Grace. Like, she's fucking absolutely.
She's an adult posing as a child.
Exactly.
Yes.
But then like you go on and you see more episodes and you feel fucking really, really bad for her. Like, she is a fucking little person. Like,
she's a human.
Not just a little person. Like, she is a tiny fucking person.
She has a special form of dwarfism. She's a very small person. And yeah, I think it was intentional on the part of the director, producers, whoever made this documentary, to make us feel that way. Because we both watching this, I mean, we watched the first 2 episodes and we were like, oh my God.
You just judge quickly off the first couple episodes. This is crazy. You judge because you're like, look at all these facts they're giving me and this is crazy. And then it turns and like you find out about like her, you know, her childhood, how she came here. You find out
how the family, the mother was treating her. My God,
her adoptive family was
just
so fucking
some of the worst things I have truly ever heard. And so the show is about, you know, this family adopts this young girl. They begin to think that she is actually an adult woman posing as a child because of her dwarfism. And they give reasons and facts as to why they think that. And like, even throughout watching the show, like they do give some undisputable facts. I don't care if this was a 45-year-old woman or a 6-year-old child. The abuse that this woman, Natalia Grace, well, now she's a woman because she's either in her 30s or her 20s.
Yeah, she is. She's an adult now.
The abuse that this woman suffered is truly unimaginable at the hands of her adopted mother specifically. We didn't finish the episode, so we don't know, but based on what we saw, we do know that.
Yeah, they're like in the middle of a court case.
They're in the middle of a court case. It was really bad. And what the mother had her other children do to that little girl. I mean, I don't want to ruin the episode. Yeah, I'm not going to say it.
Just give him the skinny.
I'm going to give you the skinny, but my God, is it so eye-opening. And it just made me realize, like, you really think you know all the details when you first hear them, but then you got to hear the other side of the story.
Yeah, you really do. It's so fucked up.
Me and Barrett were literally engrossed. I had it on in the salon on that TV all day, and we just could not peel our eyes away from it. We still have 45 minutes of the last episode. It's just absolutely shocking. So those are some documentaries if you're interested. Both of them are on Amazon Prime. The Curious Case of Natalia Grace and Shiny Happy People.
Yeah.
And then I just have a little note that for the girlies out there, or maybe the guys, I don't know. I've been watching Summer House, which is a Bravo reality show I'm on season 2, which aired in like 2017, I think. So it's old. I'm watching and it's still airing to this day.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. And I'm kind of addicted.
Okay.
It's about a bunch of people who vacation at the summer in Hamptons, and they all rent a house, and they're all in like their late 20s, mid 20s, some are in their 30s.
We'll put a pin in that, and we'll talk more about the episodes.
We'll put a pin in it. Yeah. Further. I'm definitely behind, but once I get like more up to date. So there's these 2 girls, Paige DeSorbo and Hannah Berner. They actually have podcasts themselves.
Yeah.
And I saw a lot of Hannah Berner's content on the internet, like TikTok and Instagram, and she does stand-up comedy. And I'm following her, being like, she's so funny with a stand-up comic. I didn't realize she's a public figure and has a stand-up comic platform because she got a little attention on this show. She was a cast member on the show. I had no idea.
Dude, did you know Theo Vaughn was on like a reality show at one point?
What show? I
gotta fucking find what it is.
The Real World?
It might have been Real World.
He seems like a Real World candidate.
He's unbelievable.
He seems like although I'm kind of like low-key, I got a bad taste in my mouth from him.
I love him.
No, it's not. So
he's the Rat King, dude. He's
I know.
unreal.
I shouldn't bring it up, but I guess did we talk about this?
No.
Brianna Chicken Fry from the Barstool podcast.
Oh, he commented on her tits.
Yeah, that was like very low brow.
But like if you it is low brow, but at the same time, like, and if you listen, it kind of went in depth on it, but like, if you listen to Theo Vaughn, like, he is fucking unfiltered. Like, he does not have an off switch.
Yeah,
like, he just says what pops into his mind.
It's just like kind of disheartening because they did have a really good podcast episode.
Yeah.
And the only thing he talked about was her tits. Like, that just makes me not like you. Like, that's just like weird. Okay, like,
yeah, I get it. I can appreciate that. Like that.
Like, you couldn't say a nice thing about her and then talk about an interesting thing and then talk about her boobs. Like, why are you even talking about her boobs? Like, that's so like low hanging fruit to me. Like, do better. Like, you have better content than that. Yeah. Like, you're smarter than that. You're funnier than that. You can make way better jokes than like talking about boobs. Like, you are so much more talented than those comments. So like, I just felt like like that was very like low hanging fruit of him to like go there, and I was just like, oh,
They have a good
like,
podcast too.
yeah, definitely.
So
yeah.
what do you got next?
Okay, film. I saw the Avatar movie, the second Avatar.
Oh, how was that?
Have you seen it?
No.
Barrett. Oh, I wish it was earlier in the evening because it was so good. It's like over 3 hours long, but it didn't really feel. No, you can't watch it tonight. It's like
no way.
11:15.
Yeah.
It was so incredible. It was so good. I'm not even really into like film franchises and the Avengers and Avatar and Guardians of the Galaxy and Harry Potter. Like I don't care.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was so good, and I can't wait for the next one. I know there's gonna be a third one. I cried, I laughed, I felt joy, sadness, fear.
You just went through all the emotions.
I went through all of the emotions, and I was watching it with Jack and Ryan, and they both fell asleep. We were downstairs in their like movie basement.
Yeah.
They both passed out. I was just enthralled the entire time.
I love it.
It was so cool the way they told the story, what the story was about, like the plot. Like, I won't ruin it for you, but they basically the avatars that we follow in the first film live in the forest.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to tell you why, but they have to leave and they escape and they go to the water and they go to the water tribes, and they even have a different color blue skin, and their tails are different. Their arms are different because they swim in the water. So they're built different. And it's just so cool them learning to adapt to be water avatars, and like how, you have the tree strength and your tail is a certain shape because you swing from the branches, but there are no branches in the ocean. And they're, how they have like their spirit guide animals, the avatars, and they attach to like the dragon things.
Yeah. I always thought that was fucking weird.
These sea creatures have sea animals that they'll attach with that swim and fly. Like, it's just it was so cool. It was so good. I'm so happy I saw it. It was absolutely amazing.
I'm gonna have to watch that.
Also, Reign of Fire. I was hungover on Sunday and fell asleep on Mackenzie's couch. And when I woke up, Chris had put on that movie, and I woke up to the scene of them jumping out of the plane, and that dragon came and grabbed one and I was like, what is this movie?
Reign of Fire is fucking
awesome. Never finished it, but it was like
good cast.
Great cast.
Yeah.
I made a note of it because I want to go back and watch the whole thing, but it was wild.
It's a wild movie. Yeah, Matthew McConaughey. If anyone hasn't seen it, it's Matthew McConaughey, it's Christian Bale, and Gerard Butler. I forget who the female actress is in it, but there's some other names that you'll probably, in familiar faces, you'll see. But it's basically a futuristic world, and it takes place in London, and there's dragons that have been awakened by, someone digging in mines or whatever, and like buildings, and then all of a sudden, like, there's a bunch of dragons flying around and like burning and eating everything in sight. And now they live in like a post-apocalyptic world where they have to deal with fucking dragons and live underground. And
it was honestly insane. Yeah, what an insane mashup of like futuristic science and then like dragons.
It's sick.
I've never seen a film where dragons and helicopters exist in the same universe.
It's such a good hangover movie.
Yeah, I woke up from my hangover to like that scene, and I was like, what am I watching right now? Like, what is this? And Chris had left the room and was sleeping on the couch, and Mackenzie's out like the 3 season room. Like, he put the movie on and then left.
Yeah.
And went and slept in the other room. So I woke up and I was like, what am I watching? It was so wild.
That's good.
And then I also saw the movie, I don't have to talk about it, Renfield.
Is that with Nicholas Hoult?
Yeah, and Nicolas Cage. And Nicolas Cage is Dracula.
You watched that?
Yeah, I watched it.
I wanted to see that.
You can watch it. It's free on
Is it on Prime?
Peacock.
Oh, okay.
It's free on Peacock.
I may watch that tonight.
We have the no commercials one, so it was pretty good. It was a good story. I liked it. Nice. I was on my phone doing other things, and I kept like checking in. I love Awkwafina. She has a really good role in it. Nicholas Hoult is so great. It's super cutie. It's a good. It's good. I liked it. I liked it a lot. And you know what? I thought it had like a happy ending, which is, I always love a good happy ending, because when you watch it, you're like, how is this going to end?
Yeah,
like, how is this going to end on a positive note for like anyone but Dracula, Yeah. So, I would recommend it. Okay, 1 out of 10, I'd give it like, I feel like a 6 is too low. A 7.
Okay.
it wasn't like the best movie I've ever seen, but it definitely could be a movie that I just like pop on if people were over, and like it wasn't too dark, but it had some good like effects in it. I liked the storyline. Like, it was fun. It was good. So
nice.
Yeah, those are the movies I watched this week. You watched literally 4 movies a day, so like any movies you've watched in the past week that like really stuck out to you.
I can break down film better than Bill Belichick, I'll tell you that. I watched today, actually, that I thought was really good. I watched this morning was Extraction 2 with Chris Hemsworth.
Oh, what's that about?
So the first Extraction was about, it's basically Chris Hemsworth is kind of like he's a soldier that basically gets called in on special jobs to extract, people in danger that, need to get out of like a high, volatile, violent situation. So this is basically, the second movie or whatever, and continue like this character's storyline. And this one I felt like was fucking really good. Like, I feel like it was better than the first one.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, just like the acting was really good. Kind of the whole storyline was really good. Like, and, Idris Elba's in it, and I'm a huge Idris Elba fan.
Love Idris Elba.
He's an absolute beauty.
My God, he's a beauty. I love him.
I thought this one was really good. I would definitely recommend it. It's on Netflix right now. What else did I watch? I mean, I like to watch like a lot of old movies that everyone has seen. You know what movie I watched too? What? Like a couple days ago, The Campaign.
Oh my, with Will Ferrell
and Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah, was it good?
I love it, dude.
You love that movie. You quoted that movie to me before.
It's such an underrated movie. And then if I get hooked on a movie like with an actor I really like, I'll follow it up with another movie that they're in.
Okay.
And the next movie I watched right after that was Kicking and Screaming.
Oh, I think I walked into the living room and I was like, what are you watching?
Movie,
like, Kicking and Screaming?
Fuck, I crack up so hard to that movie. It's such like a good like kid movie.
Yeah.
But it's so good.
We love children's movies.
I love animated movies too.
We just watched The Emperor's New Groove again.
we watched Emperor's New Groove. And then, so once we finished Emperor's New Groove, I then threw on Sword in the Stone.
Oh yeah, that's from like 1960.
Timeless. Dude, if they need to make another fucking like redo of a movie, because Disney's doing all that shit right now, make Sword in the Stone.
Live action?
Both. Live action with like, and have Pixar make another one.
Yeah.
Like this, and Disney, if you're ever listening to this, please make your villains more scary. Make them scary like when we were kids. Like, do you remember Sleeping Beauty, Maleficent as the cartoon?
God. It was a scary. I think
it still would fucking scare the shit out of me. I want to throw it on tonight.
It does.
And watch her like walk down the stairs. Like, I will.
She was the scariest villain, and hands down. Any Disney film.
Hands down.
No, she was so scary.
Oh God.
Oh, she was terrifying.
And now, like, all the villains,
action.
But all the villains now are like so like fluff, and like there's like a little bit of comedy to them and stuff like that. Yeah. It's like, no, make them.
No, they used to be
so fucking scary.
The thing of our nightmares.
Parents have to like sleep in the same room as your child. Like, I used to run into my parents' room scared as shit when I was a little kid because of that broad.
Yeah, because of Maleficent.
Because of a cartoon.
And you'd be scared if you ever saw like a light out from under your door. You'd be like, it's Maleficent's coming. Like, you know how the green light on the spindle? Even if the light wasn't green and you saw a light under your door, like, she's coming. Like, Maleficent's coming.
Oh,
she's so scary.
No, I can't. I fucking can't. I kind of want to throw it on tonight and watch it just to scare the shit out of myself.
Yeah, just to spook yourself.
Yeah, sometimes you need it.
All right, so that is our update for celebrity, sports, film, and TV. But I thought it would be fun if we ended the episode with a Reddit post.
All right, let's fire it up.
And my favorite Reddit post.
We're going on an hour 15, so let's see.
We are?
Yeah.
All right, but this is a really good episode. All right, so we're going to do this Reddit post, and this is just gonna be fun. Okay.
Is it long?
I don't think so.
It looks long. You're scrolling.
No. I'm looking for... I was looking for a different post. I'm reading the headlines and deciding like which one I want to read to you. This one might be lighthearted, but I don't know because I haven't read it. So we're just going to have blind reactions to it.
All right.
Okay.
Fire it up.
Am I the asshole for giving away my wife's espresso machine and grinder without her permission?
Yes.
All right. Parrot's an instant yes. I'm an instant yes too, but we definitely have to read the story.
Yeah, we got to read it.
My wife thinks I'm an asshole. My buddies are on my side since it was a mistake. I don't know what to do. My wife Jane loves coffee. She used to work as a barista before getting a corporate job, but she carried it forward and regularly makes us coffees with fancy patterns. She has a really fancy espresso machine with a grinder, and they're her pride and joy. We often joke that it's the third wheel in our marriage, given how much she's interested in the drink. I thought for an early birthday present, it would be nice to get her a new one. I saw this seller who can refit espresso machines and customize them, so I thought it would be nice to get one that has olive and sage green accents. I'm quite proud of myself for thinking of it, and it would look a lot nicer in our kitchen. Hers right now is stainless steel and reflective, which stands out like an eyesore. So I got in touch with the seller and he agreed, and so he also helped me refit 2 portafilter handles with olive wood. Okay, so what it seems like this guy's trying to pimp out his wife's coffee machine.
Yeah.
One of them has her initials carved into it, and the other says, "Happy birthday, darling," with the heart. Oh, this is like really nice. I was going to give her this today and then show her the machine. I also got her a new grinder that matched the espresso machine. Thoughtful, right? Well, there was an issue with delivery, so her new machine got delayed. My buddy came by late last night to pick up her machine and grinder, which I let him have because of the new one. And then in the morning, she would have come down to see the new machine, but there is no machine. She flipped out asking me what I'd done with it because it was pretty obvious it was missing. So I said I'd given it away to my friend because he needed it. I didn't want to ruin the surprise. She asked me why I didn't think to tell her, and I didn't know what to answer. So I just said that his broke and he needed one. We went back and forth for a bit, and then she said she was going to go to a calf and left. She came back, and then I forfeited what my plan was, and she was thankful but still annoyed. I'd given her machine away without at least asking her because it has sentimental value to her. Her brother bought her the machine for a gift for landing her corporate job. My view is that it would have ruined the surprise if I had told her and the shipping only showed it was delayed this morning. I did message my buddy to see if we could get it back for now until the new one comes in, but he said his parents are using it, and I don't want to inconvenience them over a misunderstanding. Am I the asshole?
Yes and no.
Yeah.
So, one, thoughtful of the guy to get the new espresso machine with all that stuff that he has like engraved on it and everything for her. But he jumped the gun by selling the machine or giving it away. Mm-hmm. So he should have you got to secure the new machine before you give the old one away, especially if it means that much to her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the other one was a gift, so I kind of understand why she was like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? So it's like...
Yeah, I get your heart was in the good place and you were trying to do a good, nice, fun thing.
Yeah.
But so here's one of the response in the comments, because I don't think he's an asshole. I think he's just an airhead. Like, you're just dumb and you didn't think.
Yeah.
I know what you were trying to do is this really nice, fun surprise and make it really special.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you shouldn't have touched anything until that machine came in and was placed on the countertop. You never should have given your friend. Also, that machine seems really nice. Why would you just give that away? Dude, sell it.
Yeah.
And you honestly, didn't ask her. You should have given her the gift and then... And be like, what do you want to do with your other machine? Do you want to put it downstairs or do you want to give it away? Do you want to sell it? Now that you have this new, cool, new machine, you don't just take, oh my God.
And honestly, living in a house full of women my whole life, you never do anything without consenting with the woman or females if it belongs to them.
Yes.
You never fucking do anything. You don't throw anything out. You don't do you don't move an object into a different drawer. Mm-mm. You have to ask them or else you're fucked or else you're going to be met with conflict.
Yep. Period.
Period.
So one person made this one comment I just saw, kind of explains, I think, how we both feel. Well, maybe not. It said, YTA means you're the asshole.
Yeah.
The gift is not for her. She's happy with her machine, and it has sentimental value. You gave it away for your selfish reasons. It's too shiny. It's not a misunderstanding. It's selfishness. Get her machine back.
Oh, that's a hot take.
Ooh, that's a hot take because, like, this person's kind of not wrong.
No.
Like, I understand you wanted to get her. You worked with this person who specially fitted machines, and you got it engraved, and you got it in these colors so it would match. And I think this man's intention was to make it like a thing that would go with her feng shui, thinking he's like.
He sounds like a fucking airhead. Like,
yeah, he just sounds dumb.
Like, she has a machine that she likes, so why not buy other espresso and other coffee things that will add value to that machine, like some nice cups, some stirs, maybe a cream thing that she could use, like a
dispenser,
shit.
Like,
don't buy her the same shit
in a different color because you think it's an eyesore on your counter. Yeah. Also, I totally get the idea behind surprising someone with a gift.
Yeah.
But when you put, I want it to be a surprise over like actually checking with the person to be like, hey, I really want to do this, but it's kind of a big thing that would be a surprise and it'd be an investment. And is this something you'd be interested in? Like, you can't surprise everyone all the time with every gift you ever give them. Like, this totally should, like, you can surprise someone with jewelry, but when you're replacing a piece of equipment that someone is obsessed with and uses all the time, and like, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. I'm not saying this person didn't have good intentions, but like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah. Hey, I sold your Mac computer. Here, surprise, you got a Windows. Like,
yeah,
what?
Like what?
No, stop.
Yeah, here, I sold your... No, that's like being, hey, I sold your MacBook Pro, your 15-inch MacBook Pro, for this MacBook Air because your other one was so heavy and you always complained. I thought you'd like this really nice light one. Yeah, it's like, no, the reason I had the MacBook Pro is because it had more storage on it, and now this MacBook Air has no gigabytes.
It's dust.
And, yeah, it's just... So there was... I'll just read the update and then we can wrap it up.
Yeah, wrap it up.
This guy updates, Jesus, I did not think this would be so huge. I'm wrong. I'm going to message my buddy and offer to pay to help his parents buy a machine and grinder for the inconvenience. I think he went up to his friend and was like, yo, I'll just give you money. Like, give me it back.
Yeah.
Like, this is not worth the headache.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. I would pay fucking double for the not.
He said, people are saying to go and get in my car right now at 1 a.m. and get the machine back. I'm not doing that because as much as I fucked up with this, it's a separate issue to wake up his parents and possibly neighbors at this time. Like, I think this guy was just like, it's sad because I know he wanted to do this like nice thing, but it's like, dude, you gotta check with people. You literally said she worked at a coffee shop. She's a coffee aficionado. You joke that it's the third wheel of your marriage. She makes you coffee every morning and does frou-frou special she designs. And you just... Yeah.
And you dusted it.
You should have just given her the machine and be like, do you like it? Do you want to use it to replace this one? Or do you want me to send it back? And then,
That's what I'm saying. Like, you should have secured the other machine.
Yeah.
And not given that one away. And then be like, hey, I surprised you with a new machine and see how she reacts. Instead of fucking...
And she would have been like, yes, now I have two.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I think you're kind of the asshole.
Yeah.
All right, so that was our Reddit post. I wanted to do a 45-minute episode because they're so long, but I think this episode was really good. We went over.
By a lot. It's like an hour and a half.
All right, well, we're giving the people what they want. They want content. You're welcome. It's your morning commute from the suburbs into Boston or wherever you live.
Save us for traffic at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, this is a 5 o'clock traffic jam. All right, so thanks for tuning in to episode 2 of Flannel Mouth. And we'll see you next time. We'll see you next time.
Oh, that's funny.
That's good.